Hello everyone, Treecks here and welcome back to EarthBound, part 17. In EarthBound Beginnings, that was actually the finale. Yeah, this game is a lot longer. And this time around we're actually not starting off with Jeff fixing something, because my rest at the hotel, Jeff actually also rested this night. There was nothing for him to fix. However, for us there is still something else to fix, namely Fourside. There is trouble here. Mr. Monotoli of the Monotoli company. And there's a street sign on the road, what the hell? Yeah, these guys are enemies. In case you were wondering. Even here in Fourside you can find some random enemies like traffic signs, because why not? Pretty basic enemies, nothing too special about them. But anyway, let's go finish off the story where we were at. Namely, Mr. Monotoli. He seems to be related to some weird stuff going on in Fourside. And the most weird thing about that is that our good old friend, Pokey, from episode 1, the guy that we loved immediately the moment we met him, is actually now his partner and therefore is filthy rich. Oh, there's also a couple of crazy ladies running around here, which we can also battle for experience points. These guys are all very similar enemies to what you can find in EarthBound Beginnings as well. There's not a whole lot of hostile people running around Fourside, but still. Every once in a while you can find them. Oh, but this one is good enough for a level up, level 29. And we get Defense Down Alpha as a new power. Something I'm probably never going to use, but still. Officially we unlock it. I'm pretty sure there's also taxis running around in Fourside, which you can also battle. Oh yeah, of course, this is also something I could cover. Something I rarely use, obviously, but it is in this game. From Fourside and every point onward in the game, you can actually find hint people in the game. In case you actually get stuck in the game. This guy will charge you $75, and if you say yes, this guy will actually give you a hint about how to continue in the story, in case you get stuck in the game. Pretty interesting how that is actually in this game. Even the developers of this game actually realized that the story is not per se easy to go through in this game. So, from this point onward, now that the story really becomes complex and how to progress, some hint people can be found. Obviously, I'm not going to use them. I've got my hints with me in the form of my notes, so I don't really need this guy. Just point out he is here. Now, let's go see what more we can find in Fourside, because this place is rather big, obviously, so we have not nearly seen everything yet. Speaking of the Topola Theater, there's a new singer called Venus. She's better than the Runaway Five. I'm totally bonkers about her. Oh yeah, of course, the Runaway Five. They also went to Fourside, remember? And apparently they're now performing at the Topola Theater. Much better theater than the Chaos Theater in Twoson. We'll be taking a look at them in a minute as well. Also fun to actually see them again. It's been a while. Ah, and here's the department store, finally. Oh, but it's closed. Weird. For the first time we're not allowed to actually upgrade our gear. And here we can actually find a vendor, I'm pretty sure. This guy. Come in! We've got the goods, G. What are you looking for? Broken iron is actually the only one of interest, I think, so might as well buy that. Jeff, that's your kind of thing. Nothing too special, it looks like. However, in the corner of my eye, I did see the final type of enemy that can appear here in Fourside, the taxis. I did promise you these guys were also a thing. Be careful, because they can actually put you in status ailment. They can also put crying on you. Yeah, like this. Luckily there's no asthma in this game, like in EarthBound Beginnings. That's way more annoying. Because this one actually runs out after the battle, so usually crying is not something I really mind too much. Level 31 for Ness. Leveling up in the town, not so much on the overworld or in dungeons. Awesome. Yeah, here's a dude. This guy's pretty similar to the lady we fought earlier. Nothing too special about them. So, let's go see what we can do here, now that we've seen pretty much everything. It is time for progression of the story. I'm going to withhold on showing off buildings that are going to be required for the story later on, like the dinosaur museum, so allow me to walk right past that for now. We'll be seeing that in a minute anyway. Let's go to the Topola Theater, because I'm curious for the Runaway Five, our old friends, the guys we saved in Twoson. Let's buy a ticket. 30 bucks. That's not too bad, so allow me. Let's go show you the ticket, because I am curious for this show. Thanks a lot. Please hurry, the show will be starting in a moment. Yeah, but first I'd like to go to the manager of this place. I think you may expect what is actually going on here already. Allow me to show you. So, you're a Runaway Five fan, huh? What? Excuse me? No. This band owes me $1 million. If they break their contract, they'll be in deep doo-doo with the police. The police would probably say, "Hey, you guys," or something like that. Unless you're able to pay $1 million on their behalf. You'd have to find buried gold. Or you would never be able to pay such a huge sum of money. Ho ho ho. Ho 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 ho. Last time their debt was actually $10,000. It looks like they're once again in debt. However, it's a lot more this time around. Oh, these guys. How do they get themselves into troubles like this? Well, it's a much bigger stage than last time, so... When Treecks arrives, the Runaway Five told me to let him in. So, please come on in. At least this time we don't have to pretend that we are Treecks. Hey guys, how are you doing? Not so well, I've heard. You guys are really good in getting yourselves into debt, it looks like. We're so helpless. Really helpless and hopeless. Again, we've been cheated by the theater owner. We're stuck here with a phony contract. Oh yeah. Oh, at least this guy's still happy about it. To meet Gallagher's Monotoli, you'll need our help. I don't exactly know why, but it's just a hunch. Oh, well, nice little hint. Thank you, game. It looks like in order to find out about Monotoli, we first need to help these guys. Have I got a bombshell for you tonight, kids? Ah! Kaboom! The Runaway Five! Yeah! 3, 2, 1, go! Well, excuse me if I'm not going to applaud, because I thought their performance in Twoson was better, actually. But still, nice these guys are still performing. However, they're not per se happy. They are once again in trouble. $1 million we need this time around. And I don't think we can find a crime boss like Everdread this time around that will actually give it to us. $1 million is a lot more than $10,000. However, we did hear about buried gold in the desert, didn't we? And buried gold might be worth $1 million. I think that is their way out of this predicament. Let's return to the desert. Like I promised, we would go back there at some point. And I think this is the perfect time to do so. After giving the foreman at the mine some food, giving him extra energy, and returning there, the mine should now be a little bit bigger, and therefore gold should be able to be found there. Gold we desperately need. Or better said, the Runaway Five desperately needs it. And while we're at it, let's also grab all of the other things that we can in the desert. Let's go see what this big place actually hides for us. The first thing on my notes is actually something very close to the road, so let's go stay on the road for now. And we eventually find this quote-unquote slot machine. Nothing required, but still. I'm a broken slot machine. But the Sanchez brothers and their friend are a very cheerful trio. They will make you happy. Would you like to insert a buck? And yeah, this functions like a slot machine. We press the A button in order to stop them. And if you're able to get all three of the same, which I did not. I did almost get them, but still. You're able to actually get yourself an item here. But it's not required, so it might be some food items or maybe some capsules, I'm not sure. It is something you could play around with. I'm just here to point it out and nothing more. Now let's go back to the mine, which should have expanded by now. Like I said, remember to actually give the guy some food. And I see red flashing. Look. Yeah, there it was again. And that is actually an indication that someone is suffering under sunstroke. In this case, Paula. So every couple of steps you take, you will take some damage. And healing beta is your way to get rid of it. So do it immediately the moment you see the screen flashing red. That's your indication. This place indeed looks a lot different than last time. Let's go in. The small little hole with the ladder has now turned into an actual cave. And even the inside is a lot bigger now. First, let's go. Yeah, indeed, Ness has a sunstroke. Make sure to cure that in time. I didn't have a problem digging until this. I found a maze. Lots of monsters appeared, so I couldn't proceed. There are 5 big moles. If I beat the monsters, I can continue on. But I think I have a bleeding ulcer from worrying too much. I'm helpless to really do anything. Well, that's one way to say that you're afraid to battle some moles. In that case, we will do the fighting. And this maze needs to be cleared. There's obviously going to be new enemies in here. Not just moles that will actually function as the boss fights in this place. But also a recolor of the coil snakes. The first instance of snakes that are not worth just 1 experience point. And yeah, these guys can obviously also poison you. It's a pretty known fact from snakes that they usually tend to poison you. Luckily, Otto is smart enough to actually cure that immediately. Yeah, a lot tougher than the first snakes we met in this game. And also worth a lot more experience. 900 experience points. Let's go right first. I was smart enough to actually include the map of this place with my notes so I can see where I'm going. And I want to go right first. Here's a ladder. Bring us to the first basement floor. This place is big enough that it actually has multiple floors. Let's go take care of this snake first. And here we can actually find another ladder. However, it is also where the first boss fight already is. The first of the 5 big moles. I am one of the masters of this hole. There are 5 masters in all. We are all moles, of course. I believe that I am the 3rd strongest among us. Take your best shot. Ooh, the 3rd strongest one, eh? Number 3, the background even says. So this guy should not be a problem. He's apparently not the strongest one. And like other ground-based enemies in this game, they're weak against freeze, so PK freeze is our best weapon here. Ooh, it even solidifies him. Thank you. So he skips a turn. This is actually the type of boss that you don't want to attack directly. That will actually always give some recoil damage, so magic is the only thing you can use against him. In this case, enough to level up to 29 for Jeff. And that's the only level up. And what are you hiding? IQ capsule. Okay, who's the dumbest member of our party? I think by this point that is actually Ness. Let's make him a little bit smarter. Let's move on. This pathway actually continues even further, so we don't have to go back to the beginning yet. Mole number 2 should be this way. What the hell? Okay, in that case, let's just heal Jeff then. Lost all motivation in battle. That's something we did not see yet. Apparently, the moment the battle's not going too well, sometimes party members can actually get bothered by low morale, you might say. You actually start skipping turns. Something you don't really see a whole lot, but apparently that is possible. And it would be nice if you don't solidify me, so I can actually heal the poison that Jeff is suffering under. Because he's kind of dying already. Oh man, for such a simple coil snake, it was a pretty annoying battle in all honesty. And Jeff is still poisoned, so let's take care of it here, outside of battle. Let's move on. Let's go down here first. We'll be meeting up with the pathway heading right in a moment. But it looks like this is a little bit more important right now. Present. Big bottle rocket. Jeff. Yeah, you can still carry it, so let's go. Ah, another one of these guys. The last one didn't end too well, so... See, I knew it was impossible to actually engage these guys without getting poisoned in the battle. Always the first move they use. And here's another one. Let's see if we can finally do a battle without him poisoning me. Jeff is pretty fast, so if I start using a weapon, I could be taking him out in one hit. No, not quite. Ow! Oh, he lived. Thank you. Thank you, Guts. I'm already not liking these coil snakes. They're a little bit too annoying for my taste. But now I can't really go around the fact that Jeff needs some big time healing. The cup of life noodles is luckily not quite necessary. That only works if you're completely down. So a regular item is good enough. And here's another one. I don't like these guys. I sure as hell don't. Oh, come on. Don't miss Paula. Okay, just in time. She did not roll down to 0, so it stops at 12. And a level up. Level 30. Landmark for Paula as well. Ooh, and here we find exit mice. Remember these guys from the road between Wannet and Twoson? And I think I might be able to use one this time around. The first dungeon that I'm actually tempted to use one. Since I'm dying quite quickly in here, so I might need to trip outside of here at some point in order to heal myself. So this time around I'm going to bring along an exit mouse. For now I'm still able to heal myself with items. The game's nice enough to give them, so let's head up here now. And go right for a present. Secret herb. Oh, out of the blue some enemies have appeared. And there's one new type of enemy in between them. The Noosemen. The Mad Duck we already know. We saw them in Winters. So we know they're not very powerful. The Noosemen can obviously solidify you. They're not ropes for nothing, so... So it's not a surprise to find out that they are able to actually entangle you. Oh, come on, stop it with the critical hits. That's the whole reason why I'm dying so quickly in here. Everybody's getting criticals now. But we are still alive. Barely, but we are still alive. Level 32 for Ness. And apparently it's necessary, because these enemies are kinda killing me. Oh, there's a good one. HP 44. And PP 10. Also not bad. Good level up, Ness. So I don't really have to heal you. The level up already kinda did. Oh, here's another mole. I am really the third strongest master. I'll destroy you now. Hey, wait. You're also the third strongest one? Something doesn't add up here. But anyway, let's heal Jeff first. Let's use Freeze on you with Paula. And Jeff will do nothing. Because like I explained, these guys for some reason are immune to regular attacks, so you don't want to use those against them. Only magical attacks work. So your strategy is defend with Jeff and Ness, and PK Freeze with Paula. And that way this guy's really easy. And that way we take out another third strongest mole. I think I know what the joke is in this place already. It's pretty obvious by this point. And the lowest guts is 25, 16, 16. Paula or Jeff? Let's give one to Jeff. It's been a while since I gave him a capsule, so... It's 17 now. And speaking of 17, I think with this, episode 17 is done. We've beaten 2 of the 5 moles down here, only 3 more to go. And that's something we can do in the next episode. Thank you all for watching. And next time we will continue looking for gold. In order to save the Runaway Five again. See you folks next time. Treecks out.